We're at the old fishing hole today, and we're gonna try our first ever catch, cook, and clean. Catch, clean, and cook. Yeah, that's how it goes. So let's see if we can catch some fish. We're gonna try and do them bluegill, catch, clean, and cook. All right, we got our first one. it's a little dink. Hold out your hand. Yeah, he's too little. I don't think we'll be cooking him. All right, we got our first one. I just got to get a bigger one. Here's another one. I don't think we can cook this one. He is a tiny little guy. Just waiting for the big ones we can cook. All right, Cooper's on to something there. Oh, all right. Let's see this guy. Yeah, he's a keeper. We'll keep him. It's a green sunfish. I can't really tell the difference between bluegills, sunfish, and stuff, so yeah, we'll keep him. He's decent. We could eat him. We'll put him in the bucket on ice. There we go. We got our first keeper fish. There we go. Yeah. I got one. Look at, I think I'm on the board. That's my first fish. But that might be the smallest one we've caught today. So this thing is tiny. Let me get it off the hook and show you how small that thing is. There he is in my hand. He's tiny. I don't even think I can long arm that one. Oh, there he goes. You're off. Now, if we were gonna do some catfishing, he keeps trying to swim back to shore. We're gonna do some catfishing. That'd be perfect catfish bait, but we're trying to do a catch, cook, and clean. Catch, clean, and cook. Tucker just got one. That's a perfect size one. I think that might be a sunfish. I don't know. Comment below if you know. I don't know, he does have the blue gills. He's probably a bluegill. Yeah, that's like a
perfect size.
Perfect size. There he is in my hand. Yeah, that's great. That's a perfect catch, clean, and cook size right there. I think I just broke my record for the smallest fish. This guy's tiny. We could catch something with him. We've been fishing for, I don't know, about an hour, a little over an hour. We haven't had a ton of success. We've caught a lot of little ones that you can't obviously cook. We have two. Obviously, you can't make a meal out of it, but just to do it and just to try it. Bluegill or sunfish, bluegill are pretty tasty. So we're gonna fish for a little bit longer, and even if we only end up with those two, we'll continue with it anyway and just see how it goes. We switched spots here. Cooper just pulled out this one. He's a keeper, I would say. Toward the end, the small side, Tucker pulled out another dink over there too, but yeah, we'll throw him in there. Sure thing. This new spot here is paying off. We got another keeper here. So I think that puts us up to about 4. So we're catching a lot of dinks here too. Like this guy. This guy's probably too small, but we put him on there anyway. But we're catching some decent sized ones. I mean, not huge by any stretch, but we'll see if we can catch maybe 2 or 3 more and then call it good. Go home and clean them. There's also, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there's tons and tons of them swimming around here. Some of them are little dinks. Some of them are bigger. Oh, that was a little bass too. There's even little baby bass swimming around in here. There's a pretty steep shelf right here, and we're kind of just jigging. There's some decent sized bass, largemouth swimming around here. Alright, let's see. We ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 decent size. I mean, okay size, and then that really nice one right there. So, we got 6 with the dinks. I don't know, how many do you think we caught? 20, 25? We were pulling out a lot of dinks. So, we're going to head home. I don't know, I'll either clean them now or later today. I'm not really sure. So okay, here's our bluegill. So what we're going to do now is, when you're dealing with fish like this, obviously you are not going to fillet them unless you get a really big one like this one, bigger than this one. You just want to basically gut them and clean them. But first you want to do is scale them. So I'm going to show you how we scale them quickly with one. And then I'm not going to gut them on camera because YouTube is a little bit sensitive about that sort of stuff. So, but I will show you scaling them. So you can see this guy there, he's still flopping around. So we'll dispatch them humanely before I scale them. Okay, can I see that knife? So to scale them, it's going to take like the back side of a knife. You don't want to use the blade side because it'll dull your knife. And then you're just going to go pretty hard. If you have a dull knife, you can use it. Actually, this knife is
pretty dull.
That knife's dull. I'm just going to use the... And then you just go against the scales. Ow! Being careful not to spine yourself. Those bluegill have sharp spines. You just get all the scales off like that. Got a little storm rolling in the background there. I might have to move this in the garage. There you go. So that's pretty much it. You do have to apply some pretty heavy pressure to it. And then you just flip it over and do the other side. Now, you don't necessarily have to scale them. Like, if you're just going to cook them and not eat the whole thing, like eat the skin, you don't have to scale them. But this way, you can just cook it and eat the skin on it. So that's what I'm just going to scale these. This is the biggest one, too. So
that side was easier.
Yeah. It usually does, just comes right off there. There you go. Now, to clean it, and like I said, I'm not going to show you this. You basically are just going to cut the head off right there. And then once you do that, the guts are right in there, and then it's easy to just take your finger and pull the guts out. So that's how you, and then that's it. That's how you scale and clean them.
Probably could use this.
Yeah. Off camera, I got them all cleaned. You can tell I cut the head off, gutted them, so you can see there's basically nothing left in there, right? And they're all scaled, so now they're just ready to be cooked. We got a pretty heavy thunderstorm going right now, so I think I'm just going to put these in the bags, and later this afternoon or maybe this evening I'll come back and cook these up. Let's go ahead and just finish this up here. I got these bluegill whole. I'm just going to grill them. There's a lot of different things you can do. You could actually just fry them in a little oil. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use some of this Morton seasoned salt. And I'm just going to sprinkle some of that on there. And then on the inside of them. And then I'm just going to grill them probably about 5 or 10 minutes. We'll see how they turn out. Alright, they've been cooking for about 5 minutes. I did add a little butter to the tin foil there because you're getting a little dry. So I'm just going to flip them. You can usually tell when they're done. You know, it just gets real soft. They actually start falling apart. So it looks like some of these smaller ones are probably just about done. Just gonna flip them, give them a couple more minutes. Just gonna flip them. This guy, this big guy, he's gonna probably, oh, his tail fell off. The tails are actually pretty good. If you fry them, the tails end up real crispy. They almost like little chips. I'm just gonna give it a couple more minutes there.
Make a video?
Yeah. There you go. It's all cooked. Not gonna win any awards for presentation with it, but try it and see how it is. So you can eat the skin because I scaled it, but if you don't like the idea of that, you can just sort of peel it back. Mm-hmm. And there's bones in there. You just sort of work your way. See, look at that. Just peels right off. There's a nice piece right there. Okay, trying it.
It was good. Real tasty.
Mmm. Yeah, that's good. That's the seasoning helps.
What did you put on it?
That Morton seasonal. It's a nice piece right there. Yeah. It's tasty. Tucker, what do you think?
That's good. Yeah.
Tasty? Yeah. Cooper, what do you think?
Good.
Rach, what do you think?
It's wicked good.
It's very tasty. I mean, it's a lot of work to get at. It's like eating chicken wings or something. It's not quite as good as chicken wings. But you can just get in there with your fingers and just pick through it. So it is tasty. Bluegill are very tasty. Very tasty fish. Grilling it gives it a nice flavor too. It's got a nice grilled flavor to it. Just gotta watch out for bones. Top here you can just sort of peel back. This is the top part there. There's a nice piece. There's a nice chunk right there. It was good. I'd recommend it. Chewy, here. Chewy, sit. Here's another piece. Good. Chewy approves. It's Chewy approved. Okay, last piece, Chewy. Chewy, sit. Shake. There you go. He devours it. You want to just be careful because you can see it. There's a lot of bones, and this was the big one. And then on the little ones, there's a lot of bones to pick through. So if you just take your time, after you cook it, you just sort of pick through it. But you can see there, you get all these little bones. So just take your time with it. Pick through the bones so you're not choking on them. It's worth it because it is a very tasty fish. So, but I mean, to make it a meal, you'd need about, I don't know, 20 of those big ones, maybe. Right, Chewy? Chewy enjoys it. Alright guys, we're going to finish this up. Hope you enjoy it. Our first ever catch, clean, and cook. You can check out more fishing videos there. If you've made it this far, you can subscribe. We'll see you next time.